everybody, and welcome to our early comics review video. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our really quick show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that are coming out to your local comic book store this week. Or if you shop with us online, they're on their way to you over at infinityflux.net. And we've got probably one of the biggest weeks we've had in a long time. Caliber of books for sure. So let's get into it.
Yeah, we are going to start with probably the biggest, Blood Hunt number 2, just picking up on the heels of the amazing Blood Hunt number 1. We have a couple different groups of heroes trying to make their way to the Sanctum Sanctorum to get Doctor Strange's help, combating all of this vampire menace. But he's not necessarily in the best position to be able to help them. And we also get a rematch between the Avengers and the Blood Coven, and it's really cool.
Yes. First up for me is Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, number 1. This is really exciting because Gwen is in the 616 now, officially, permanently. She's in the 616, but why? What does that have to do with the TVA? Why can't she reveal herself to even the people that she knows, like Peter and Miles? You'll have to read it to find out, but I thought it was really interesting. There's some ties in with the 616 Gwen Stacy. And maybe there's a reason why she is now the Ghost Spider. Yep. So, very good first issue of this series.
And next is Union Jack the Ripper number 1. This is the only Blood Hunt tie-in coming out this week. And this is a little bit more self-contained to its situation. We have Union Jack helping out a group of people running away from a group of vampires. They get back to his base, but maybe his base is just as scary as what is going on outside.
Next up, and there's a lot of spiders this week. We've got Amazing Spider-Man issue 50. This is the big one in size and scope and everything. And I don't want to give away too much about this issue because, of course, spoilers. But you see on the cover Peter fighting Green Goblin. You'll get some of the best Ed McGuinness art of Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. This huge 2-page spreads of just them slugging it out. I don't want to give away too much about the story, but there's also a couple of backup stories in this as well. So you've got all of that in this big package this week.
Next is Rook Exodus number 2. This issue is so good, just as good as the first one. In this one, we do see Direwolf. She meets up with Rook finally, trying to get his help to do something. But Rook just wants to get off the planet. But when the Warden Ursaw comes in, who we saw at the very end of last issue, it may change his plans significantly.
Next up, I have Superman number 14. This is part 4 of House of Brainiac, and this is another great issue. As you see, the continuation of the fight between Superman and Lobo, now that Lobo has kind of betrayed Superman. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor kind of explains a little bit to Supergirl what he believes Brainiac's plan is all along, and you might see the first emergence of the Queen Brainiac.
And next up is a new book from Distillery. This is White Boat number 1, and this is probably my favorite Distillery book so far. Scott Snyder and Francesco Francavilla doing another horror story set on this big mega yacht, this humongous yacht, which, on the surface, the few upper decks looks incredible, but then there is some very mysterious stuff going on the lower decks. And what does it all have to do with the protagonist named Lee Derry? How does he figure into all of this?
Next up, I've got Cobra Commander number 5. This is the final issue of the Cobra Commander miniseries, and this is awesome. Cobra Commander has come a long way since issue number 1, and he's now positioned himself as the kind of feared leader that you know about him. So a lot is revealed in this issue. Some things get names that we've been waiting for, but also what's been going on in Cobra Law since the end of the Free Comic Book Day book. All of that and more in the final issue of Cobra Commander.
And last for me is Feral number 3, our group of cats still trying to make their way through the woods to try to get home, but now they not only have to dodge the feral animals that are in the woods, but now they have a group of seemingly soldiers coming after them too, trying to take out any animal that they see because of this this virus that's been spreading around. And they do meet another cat to add to their group, but maybe doing that is not such a good idea.
And lastly for me, I've got Ultimate Black Panther number 4. This is a really cool issue as Okoye tries to reassure Wakanda that everything's good, even though they haven't heard from T'Challa in a long time. But there is another assassination attempt, this time against Okoye, and the person who does it, pretty surprising. Maybe a little familiar look to that character. A lot goes on in this issue, so don't miss Ultimate Black Panther number 4. And that is it for our top 10 quick comic picks. Thank you so much for watching. Head over to infinityflux.net right now where you can order these books. They are up there right now while supplies last. So if you saw one that you're interested in, definitely check it out, pick it up. And we've got our longer show coming up where we're going over these books and a lot more, their variants, all that good stuff coming up very soon. So you have an even bigger and better idea of this stuff coming out this week. And until next time,
See ya.